Hey, what's up, guys? It's Adam, aka Marf, and this is Marfoogle News. I just wanted to, obviously, it's 2:30 in the morning. I'm still up. Have not been able to sleep. If you guys have not watched the show for a couple days or didn't see any of the call-in shows, then you probably wouldn't know. Or even if you didn't watch an hour into last show, you would not know that our Discord was taken down. In fact, our entire server was taken down, and what they said was that it was because misinformation was being passed around in there. Now, we haven't gotten an official, actual letter from them explaining why. We did have somebody that said that they heard that the CEO received unusual amounts of tweets because you guys were tweeting, and that they would check on it. Somebody said that it may be turned on. If it doesn't, they'll give you a good reason why it wasn't. The thing is it had 15,000 people, and there were several groups. Mind you, there were actual, rooms in there like Bigfoot. In fact, we had an LGBTQ, you guys know what I mean. We had every kind of room in there for every kind of person, including our creators corner, including our veterans room. And that was the backbone of our channel. And the reason why is because we had our state groups that were meant to help people in disasters. People actually met in person and made alliances locally. Like if an earthquake happened, they would check up on each other, especially California, Washington, Oregon. They did a lot of that. Our California group did really great. They would, meet up and talk about different ways that they could, protect themselves, all sorts of awesome stuff. Our creators group, in fact, I asked through a community post, which most of my most hardcore people actually saw. But if you wanted to be featured, I'm putting together a bunch of people. If you want to put on a video that's titled Marfoogle Discord, then please explain why it mattered to you. If you guys don't know what the hell I'm talking about, then it's probably not going to matter to you. But this Discord was a group of 15,000 people broken into state groups, and it helped a lot of people. The people in the creators corner, they would go there and they would share videos. They would share their brand new videos. These are new creators that are barely getting into YouTube or getting into DLive and being able to share with each other their videos, or even share before they put them out on YouTube and say, hey, give me any constructive criticism. People had issues, small creators that had issues with streaming or something else. They were able to ask other people, how to do it. That group was extremely successful, since obviously we've personally sent 1,000 or more people to 1,000 or more creators. I'm not even saying 1,000 to make it sound like a lot. We've actually helped over 1,000 creators. We haven't picked and choose. They called us. We gave them shout outs. We did our love mobs, and we helped over 1,000 of them get to 1,000 subscribers or more. What that means is they can actually get monetized and be recognized by the platform, instead of, staying at 100 subscribers for 10 years, which people can. Throughout all of this, we've gone through a lot of hell. We had a lot of problems with Discord, of course, but the main point of that was that we had somewhere outside of YouTube to actually talk. Now, what they're saying, I completely disagree with, and I hope they see it from my point. I hope from somebody from Discord, I hope somebody is watching at some point, because saying that they took down our server for sharing misinfo is basically like saying cold hard facts is misinfo, because the only thing we actually shared, the owners of that, was our own show. And our own show actually backs up every single article that we put on our show, and we do a bibliography. We give you the source. We pick from both sides. We give you CNN and Fox. We give them both to you in the same episode. We do pick mainstream, but we also pick independent. We pick all this, but we don't pick just blatant, sources that are not approved sources. We can talk about those subjects, but we won't give you an article wrote by, uh, John the Mac, and John the Mac says that the world's going to end on the 18th. We don't do that, obviously, because we understand the responsibility we have, even as a channel with, this channel has almost 120,000 subscribers. The main channel has nearly 160,000 subscribers. That's over 250,000 total people that are looking at us, and we understand our responsibility as somebody who even has news in the name, right? We're not all news. We're opinion and having people share with each other. As far as the Discord goes, why that really hurts is because, that's saying that people were sharing things that weren't accepted fact there, right? But that's the entire internet. That is literally the entire internet. The entirety of Facebook is people sharing things back and forth that 90% of it is not true. If people were in my Discord, which, we try to manage as best as possible, but we were under the impression that they could, share anything as long as it wasn't violent, as long as it wasn't like adult, if you know what I mean, and as long as it wasn't, harmful in any way. Obviously not going to share videos of people, taking their own, lives or anything. But no, it was most likely something political or something that, leads somebody to believe. I don't know. But it wasn't shared by us. So why is our entire server taken? And then not only that, people that were in our server I'm assuming it was only the people that were just in our server, like they didn't go into a bunch of others, because some people are saying they still have their accounts. I have my other account. So it didn't take everybody out, but I think it did take out a lot of the people that only were in our group. So what does that tell me? We have a Discord that literally is helping people organize for natural disasters, and we have all 50 state groups, and they just totally got rid of that. People don't even know each other by screen name, so those people are now just completely separated. And it freaks me out that not only us, but others have been taken out. And some of them were like, obvious. I guess Oath Keepers was taken down. But on the other hand, Oath Keepers, they're pretty out loud about kind of what their political side is. So at least most people can look at them and go, well, why they did that. But for us, we are pretty freaking neutral. Either way, it shouldn't happen to them either. But on the other end, they're looking at who is in there. They're looking at they don't want people congregating in any way. That's what it seems like to me. They don't. It tells me, I feel like there's something way bigger on the horizon. We are so close to the coming ballot box day, which the E word for that is another filter. So what is going to happen? Look at what is actually happening. Yes, people say, oh, go to Parler, go to here, go to there. Discord was a very specific purpose. It was for the state groups, and all of our work. We did not make a penny from Discord, but yet we've spent more time on Discord than anything else. We've spent thousands of hours. Clan Mama, Jstone78, all of the mods have spent thousands of hours in their modding and making sure that it was a safe and fun place. And some people don't get why this is a serious thing. That was 15,000 people in different state groups. I almost thought, saying, did you take it down because we have a LGBTQ group in there? Like, it kind of feels like they took it down. I don't know what the reason is. Maybe that would catch your attention, because we had a group in there as well that felt safe and that they could talk about stuff. Because in fact, Most people in that community don't feel safe about talking about some of the subjects that we talk about because it's not on, it's not on the right spectrum. We don't even, I've never said I'm Republican or I'm Democrat because I don't feel like I should be labeled under one or two things. I never liked the left or right. That's why we showed you news from both sides and talked about it. Because we should just be us. We should be, I should be Adam. You should be Phil Billy. You should be Anthony Man. We shouldn't be categorized under two categories. How unique are we from our fingerprints down to our irises? And yet the entire population of people in the world are literally categorized under two categories. And it really is. You can say, oh, well, there's libertarians and all that. It's really one or two. Those are the people that are ruling the planet, and you have to pick one. Well, for a majority, and I do believe it was a majority in our Discord, they picked one side or the other. And because it was a majority of that side, and they have so much, I think that is why it was just separated. So we're still waiting to hear back, but I'm guessing we're going to get kind of an email saying that, we're trying to keep, it's going to probably be a generic one. And I'm asking you guys, be very polite, be very nice, go to Twitter, go to @Discord and say how it helped you. And I really am reaching out to you guys that it has helped. I mean, like, you're talking about people outside of this had no friends or family they could talk about anything. There's whole families that are torn apart by, the politics of right now. And it's like, imagine being the one family member that doesn't see eye to eye with everybody else. Therefore, you are literally separated from your family for what you believe, and you can't really even talk to them. There are plenty of instances in the Fugel family, in my audience, where they are literally alone in an entire family because they voted for this person or voted for that person, or they are cut off from their family. They're no longer a part of anything. And the only family they had was in that Discord. They spent 24 hours. We had people that literally spent 24 hours. When they weren't at work, they were on there. When they were on their break, they were talking to their friends. And then all of a sudden that's ripped apart. No warning, no saying, hey, this kind of stuff is, they don't tell you, hey, you got to watch out for this kind of stuff. We consider that this, and this could get you kicked out. No, it was just boom, gone. And that doesn't make any sense. If you have 15,000 people together, and I'm sure there's Discord groups that are way bigger than that, how are you possibly going to know? There's no rule book saying, hey, this is this or this is that. There's no rule book that says what is wrong and what is right. I hope people get this to some of the bigger fish on YouTube, the Steven Crowders, those kind of people. Why? Our group of 15,000 people that helped the community so much, that literally had people meeting and preparing for Cascadia subduction zone. I mean, you're talking about focused groups that were literally, they're not there to talk about politics. They were there to talk about preparation for tornadoes in the Midwest or earthquakes in the West Coast. These are real, reasonable things to actually prepare for. The military does it, the government does it, but when we, as a civilian, does it, we're considered crazy. We're considered nuts. It doesn't make sense. A lot of this stuff that's going on right now doesn't make sense. But even to be separate from all of the CV stuff and all of the GF stuff and all of that, we had somewhere that was a complete private group that was sharing videos back and forth, and then they called that, the spread of misinfo, which I think is absolutely nuts. They said, watch for it to be either activated or something else, or get an explanation of why. I mean, if somebody shared something really horrible in there, one, we would have caught it, and how are you going to kick somebody out if something was shared that was horrible and didn't give us a chance to get it out of there? Or even if it was left there, you would think that they would go, okay, well, this is a warning or something like that. But all of these people, I mean, why would thousands of people that are using their service get that bad taste in their mouth and now all of a sudden their accounts are blocked. And these are people that never use it. These aren't people that are like part of activist groups or anything like that. These are people that barely use the service, and now they go and they can't even log into it. That's weird. And then in the same couple of days this happens, I've got random YouTubers saying that we're CIA and that that we're shills and all this. Where do those people come from? They literally said it after watching 10 minutes of my video from like last year, where I was actually mentioning them. And I'm thinking, where are all these people? Why? There's some kind of weird coincidences coming up here. It's like divide and then go after me. So I would not be surprised if more things come after me. But just to tell you guys beforehand, I hope you guys fight for this, because it's bigger than me. It's bigger than all of this. It's about everybody in this audience. It's literally about everyone. So I hope that you guys understand that. And just to pre-emphasize, because pre-emphasize this, because I feel like something's coming our way. I really do. And I mean, by our way, I mean in general, but by our way, I mean Marfoogle News, myself, Dex. So just to set you up right now, there's a lot of BS that has been done to myself and my family over the last couple years doing this channel. And I've worked so hard. And that Discord really was the backbone. And we didn't, people say, oh, they have affiliates and this and that. We have affiliates that we actually believe can help people. But as far as like the stuff that we spend most of the time on, it's stuff that does not make us a single cent. That Discord never made us anything. It might have brought a couple extra people there when we put our notifications, but that's about it. That Discord helped more people, and we have more positive stories coming from that Discord than anywhere else. So I feel like there's something coming my way directly. So I hope you guys have my back. I've always had everybody else's back. I've helped so many channels, including channels that have even, you send them 1,000 people in a single night, and then 2 weeks later, they're making a hate video because they're not getting the views they were, and they'll put your name in the title. It's BS, but it happens all the time. Did I stop helping small channels just because I knew that 1 out of 10 would turn on me? No, I just kept going. And from it, I should have 990 really awesome channels that are behind me and that help me if I get screwed up. Because people don't want to believe that there's someone genuine out there. They first want to go, oh, he's CIA, he's this, he's that. They don't want to think that there's actually somebody out there that their motivations aren't in evil. We're so paranoid now that we can't actually see good people when they are right in front of us. And I'm not saying I'm an amazing person. When I was 21, I had a DUI. When I was 16, I stole beer out of a garage. I was drunk until I was 25. I'm not perfect. Nobody is. There's a lot of crap that comes my way that I don't deserve, and I see it to all of my friends. I see a lot of my other smaller YouTuber friends, they're all getting the same thing. They're going through what I went through in the first year. Then you get used to it and you realize don't even pay attention to it. But now it's bigger than this. We're coming up to a point where, it's like BP Earthwatch was almost to 500,000, and he said the wrong thing politically, boom, had to start all over. So I hope if that happens, you guys make some noise, because honestly, we have a lot of people, and people would think, we're not all right-leaning people or all left-leaning people. We're right in the middle. There's a lot of people here that don't like T-Man, and then there's a lot of people that absolutely love him. I like being somebody who can be on the fence. People say, oh, he's a fence-riding pussy or whatever. Okay, that's fine. At least you can get some sort of unbiased something somewhere in a day and age where you literally have to pick a side. I mean, why? Why do you have to pick a side? You don't think that that's part of the design of in everything that's going on right now? We're heading into the scariest times of our lives, and we've already gone through the CV. We've already gone through riots in the streets. That's the setup. So you guys, if you don't believe something bigger is happening, think about last year. If somebody told you what is happening right now, would you believe it? Would you, if some off-kilter YouTuber you've never seen before saying they're going to be in the streets, they're going to be tracking your phones, they're going to have all the statues torn down everywhere, there will be fires everywhere, everybody's going to get sick, hospitals, it will be a war zone out there. Last year you would have been like, oh, okay, sure, buddy. And anybody who sees kind of what is happening right now knows that this can't get much better. And the government officials know something, or they know something that's coming, because my state, even though it seems like everything's all back to normal, they're just now implementing mask laws inside or out. Meanwhile, going into phase 2. So we actually have more pushback on that as we're releasing the pushback. It doesn't make any sense. They say that a second wave is coming. They're straight up telling us there's going to be a second wave, and there's most likely going to be more and more organized lockdowns that work more efficiently, because the first time I think they got a lot of the kinks out. I think they figured out how to do it in the Midwest states, or some of the states that really, I'm very surprised that most people didn't do anything. There's a lot of patriots that says, oh, let it all happen. I also don't agree with 100% of the stuff, even when some of my friends are saying, oh, don't worry, trust the plan. I understand that that's a QAnon thing, and I'm not talking bad about QAnon, but I'm also saying, it seems like some of the biggest patriots were sitting on the sidelines. There very well may be some awesome stuff happening in the background, and maybe 1,000 bad guys are going to go to jail, but it's going to get worse for the majority before that happens. And it feels like, to me, there was a lot of people that would normally never let half of this stuff happen, but they ended up letting it happen because they were trusting what was happening. T-Man, Green Grass says, T-Man pulling 25,000 troops from Germany to back Netanyahu up. Yeah, then you have is striking, what's their faces? Syria. So that's going to be a big deal. I know most of you guys can't sleep either. And it's really bad. Like, I hope you guys understand. I know this was kind of a rant, but at the same time, all those thousands of hours are gone. So if you guys want to help, if you've never been on Twitter before, if you didn't see that community post, go on there. Go on Twitter and be very polite, be very professional, because that's the only way things get done. If they have enough people looking at that, and the public, they're going to see that too. They can't stop all these new accounts saying stuff about it. The public looking at that will say, why did you do that? And they'll go, oh, we'll just take care of it. Because we didn't do anything wrong. We didn't share misinfo. We didn't share, crazy views of anything, especially us. We didn't. If somebody in our group did that, you would think, oh, they would go and just take out those couple of people. In particular, I'm really curious on what was being shared right before it happened. Like, what story really threw it overboard? What was being shared in the Discord that they thought, oh, we've got to just dump the whole thing. You guys get what I'm saying? What was in there? I asked people to actually email me if they knew, if they were there right before. Half Fast says, sleep, what's that? I love you, James. That's awesome. Well, I mean, it's been so stressful. I wish you guys would know, like, how how much happens behind the scenes to do that show. It was all basically to get people into state groups and get prepared. And the nerve to say that we are some sort of stuff when we're the ones getting screwed over right now. We're the ones getting our groups taken down. So obviously they didn't like that group. And I don't understand why. We are so, I mean, our show is even family friendly. I mean, there's 1% of our shows that dip into, maybe wouldn't have my kid there. So I don't get it. I really hope you guys go. And the thing is it won't affect the show. People are very confused. They're thinking that the show is canceled or we're censored or something. It's the Discord. So I'm asking you guys, for once, even if you didn't use it, do something for somebody else. There are people, we heard about at least 4 people. There was, in a big group of people, you always have people that are sad and have things happen. We know we've saved lives. And by we, I mean the volunteers, the mods, the people that sit in there and literally talk with people that are, right there at the edge. And then they needed somebody to talk to right then. That group did that. Our Discord talked to people all the time. People were able to go in there and talk to people that didn't have the exact views. That's a thing. These people don't all have the exact views, even our chat. Everybody is varying. But the cool thing about our chat and about all of the people that come to the shows is, say, if somebody says something that is normally completely going to trigger them, in my show, they understand that they say, okay, cool, that's your view, here's mine. It's not getting triggered. It's letting it roll right over and then say your view and then continue conversation. That's almost impossible right now. People are tearing each other apart. And how serious is this? Look at where we are at right now. Look at what is happening. I couldn't be more very straight up about this. And people aren't going to believe it until the very end. There is something big sitting right in front of us. I'm sorry if I missed any of you guys. Baby Yoda. I don't sleep much anymore, keeping informed and helping as I can. Yeah, some said they did us a favor. Well, we'll see. It was with the whole 3 months off of YouTube. That was kind of a blessing in disguise. I love the people over at DLive. I thought it was kind of the end. But through that, we found DLive and found really good people, and now I have friends I talk to on a daily basis from over there. On the other hand, this Parler I don't think has it. There's a couple one. There's Riot Check or something. Relevant Truth told me about a cool service that's like it. Either way, we might have to build our own. But if we do, I hope I have your guys' support. I hope that you guys will stick with me through this. And I hope you guys understand that when people are talking about it, they're talking about you guys. Because even if I'm gone, even if I pass away tomorrow, which I've almost passed a couple times here, this will go on. This will continue with somebody or another person. You guys are what makes the shows. You guys are what makes the entire thing work. So without you, there's nothing. So I really, really thank you guys for being here. I really do. I'm going to try to get some sleep. But again, people don't understand. They go, oh, whatever, it's this. They don't understand. I am feeling more for the people that just lost their entire lifeline of friends, people they talk to on a daily basis. They're taking maybe the 1% that were being D-bags in there, I'm assuming, and taking out the entire thing. I hope it was a mistake. Maybe I don't know if we're, people have, they're doing something right now. Whereas if there's like, they're trying to connect networks of people because they've known each other. So they go after one YouTuber, take him down, take everything he has down, and then see who they associate with, and then take them down and take them down and take them down. I'm not associated with anybody. I am friends with people, and we collaborate if, if they are polite and nice. I want to collaborate with anybody. If there was people I didn't even like that have talked crap about me for 3, 6, 5, 10 decades, I would still do a collaboration if they wanted to. That's the difference. I hope you guys have a great night. Ann Lynn, I saw your video. There were a couple others. I went and commented on your videos. I really appreciate you guys doing videos for it. What I'm gonna do is, if there's a video titled Marfoogle Discord, then I'm gonna take a clip of that and I'm gonna put it together all in one video. So if you're a YouTube creator and if you're in our Creators Corner, if NPC is at 40,000 subscribers, I'd love for you to do a shout out. I know that you got a lot of help out of our Creators Corner. You've got Snafu Snaps, Homegrown. You've got West Virginia. You got Road to Prison. You've got CJ Blaze. You've got, there's so many I can't even name. All the creators that we helped, and 95% of them did not have a YouTube channel before they ended up watching my show. Because every single episode I've told you guys, go and start your own channel and get your own voice heard. Now I'm asking for you guys to back me up. If I helped you or if I helped your channel, especially the people that we helped get to 1,000 in one night, pay it forward. Love you guys. Be safe, be prepared, and Marf out.